So after losing my 50k funded account last week due to some minor problems, I took this weekend to try winning the lottery, but yeah, I didn't win because nobody did. And as of recording this, the Powerball is sitting at a whopping 1.7 billion now, so there's still hope. Since I didn't win though, I did just go crawling back to MyFundedFutures, where I loaded up on yet another 50k core eval, looking to pass it as fast as I can so I can go back to trading on a funded account. But yeah, that didn't go as planned either. Okay, so since Monday was a holiday, today is the first day on the eval, and damn, what the heck happened last night? Like, price just plummeted hella, so after seeing that, I was thinking we would continue that sell-off today, and off open, we did peak lower, but that was bought up real quick. Seeing price move with these fat candles and wicks though, I decided just to call it a day, cause I know on these days, I'm a FOMO tilt into hella trades like last week when I blew the funded, so with that, we start the week with a big ol' nothing. What the actual yeah, so I didn't learn my lesson from last week because I did just rip trades left and right today. Like, I don't know, something about days with these fat candles and wicks makes me forget everything. So instead of waiting for actual setups, I just impatiently forced trades like this short here, where honestly everything was looking bullish to me, but I stubbornly wanted price to plummet, so I took a short, and it was quickly wrong for a loss. Just seeing how I impatiently forced a bad trade should have signaled to me that maybe I'm just not there mentally, and I mean, I wasn't, because I did just end up flipping sides and chasing bad trades today, which just resulted in L's. There was a decent long setup though that I took, and we did get a nice pop up, but that was quickly slapped down, so I bailed no break even on that one. So nothing's really looking good for me, but days like this where I'm hella in the red and price is making these fat moves, I keep trading with the sole thought of it only takes one winning trade to wipe these losses. So with that mindset, I kept flipping and chasing trades, which was just wrong again. And in about an hour after New York Open, I had already blown this eval because I'm just stupid. In total, it wasn't as many trades as last week's crash out, but if I had just patiently waited for a decent short setup like I wanted at the start of the day, I would have ended way in the green, as price did form a good opportunity here, which also did work out. And you know, I had the thought to just scrape today's trades and just hide the fact that I blew the account, but I gotta face the consequences of my actions and just expose my trash trading. So here we are, one day into the week, and one eval already gone. Yeah, after yesterday, you'd think that I'd fix my mental before trying another eval again. Nope. Today, I threw away another 70-ish bucks for another 50k core eval, which I lost in like 30 minutes of trading today. So I'm basically speedrunning evals at this point, and to make things worse, I didn't even record the trades today. Why? Well, it's because I woke up late after turning off my alarm and traded from my bed today, so I probably should have just not traded today. Instead, I went straight into chasing the short without doing any prep work at all, and yeah, I was wrong for a quick L. After that, I did still like the short side, especially after seeing this nice wick off the 5-minute moving average, so I did re-enter a short with a setup this time. However, with no prep means I didn't check if there's news today, and yeah, that fat green candle came right after some 7 a.m. news, which did saw me out for another L today. If I had known there was news, I probably would have just bailed for a small profit or moved to break even. So yeah, with 2 L's already, I just said fuck it and YOLO chased into a long here, wanting to ride that news momentum, but we didn't really get that after price swiped these highs, so I was thinking about just bailing out for break even, but I didn't, and instead prayed for a pop higher, which resulted in yet another fat L. After that, I only had like 100 bucks left until I blew the account, so I just YOLO'd into a short near the bottom of this red candle, which was just quickly stopped out as I did hit that max drawdown and blew the eval. In all seriousness, like, what the actual fuck am I doing this week? Like, I'm just fiending so hard to get my hands back to a funded that I'm just FOMOing into anything and everything until I blow my evals. So I really just need to calm down and be patient, because while these evals are cheaper than before, they do still be hurting my wallet. Be patient, be patient, be patient. All I gotta do today is stay calm and be patient while waiting for a setup. So with that mindset and this 25% coupon, I loaded up on yet another 50k core account for like 58 bucks. Coming into today, I did notice that the overnight session has mainly been holding within a range. So the plan is simple. Don't trade until price breaks out of this range. And off open, price did look like we would quickly pop up and out of the range, but that got slapped down instantly. So I was still sticking to my plan and waiting while price started to chop around. We did eventually get a drop lower, so now I was looking for some short opportunities, which I did get as price formed this wick off a retest here, so I went in short looking for price to break lower, and we did get that move lower, so I did move my stop loss to break even to protect myself in case this was a fake out instead. However, I don't know, that voice in my head started to see my profits get wiped out, and instead of accepting the break even stop, I moved it back up. And yeah, that was a mistake, as price did just turn this red candle around, and I should have just bailed at break even. I even was hovering that close trade button, but that voice in my head was stopping me from bailing out of this trade, as it was holding on to some sort of hope that price would get another slap down. But yeah, yeah, that never happened because price did pop up to stop me out. And yeah, now I started to tweak out because of that mistake, but I've already blown 2 accounts this week, so I don't want to lose another. So I just gotta stay calm. Just stay calm. Yeah, I got tilted and immediately re-entered with a long. Like pure revenge here on the entry, as I didn't even wait for a pullback and I did just ignore my plan of the day to avoid trading within this range. But yeah, I was just too tilted to even care, and low-key it was looking like it was gonna be another day where I just blow an eval. Overall though, I would say longs are the move here because we are at the bottom of the range after a fake move lower. It's just the fact that I tilted into this entry, so I could get stopped out before we get that pop higher. Luckily, we did get a pop up before I got stopped out though, so now things weren't looking too bad. However, I may have gotten a little greedy and moved my target up a little higher to compensate for that earlier loss. And if I just had kept my target at a good old 50 points, price would have just quickly hit it around here. But because I moved it, now I just had to sit through multiple candles chopping around where I was just praying we would get a pop up, which we did get, but that was where my luck ran out as price stopped a little before my target and got sent right back down to stop me out for a smaller profit. If I had just held my OG target, I would have made like $100 more though and saved myself like 30 minutes of my time. But with that last trade, it did give me time to cool off and stop myself from trading anymore today. So I was finally able to end my 3-day streak of blowing accounts each day with a janky green day that I tilted on and was still being hella greedy. So not the best, but I mean, at least I didn't blow another account. Alrighty, last day of the week. Will I blow another eval today or maybe end the day up possibly? Because looking at the charts, it did seem like we had a slow push higher overnight, and then with some news hit, we did pop even higher. So if price could hold up here, I was feeling bullish, but off open, price did get slapped down. However, with this bottom wick forming off the moving average, I saw this as a pullback before we shot higher, so I did enter along, and we did get that pop higher, so it was looking like it would be a quick and easy day today until this next candle slapped price right back down. Seeing that, I was like, never mind. I guess this is just gonna be a quick L instead, but this candle kept getting bought up, so maybe there was some hope still. Nope, it got slapped down again. And at this point, I probably should have just bailed, but I was like, you know what? Let's see how this candle closes at least. If it stops me out, it stops me out. But it didn't, as this candle ended up closing in the green somehow. So seeing that, I did move my stop to break even in case we did get another fat rejection like that. Low key though, price was pushing these highs, so I was feeling pretty confident we would just hit my target. And I swear, I looked away for a quick minute and damn, price got shot right back down, and this time it did stop me out. After that, I took a quick break while price was going back and forth up here, but I may have gotten sucked right back into a long after seeing this shiny wick here, which yeah, this wasn't really a setup and more like an idea where I saw this as the last chance for longs to play out, because if we did break below these 800s, we could just wipe out that overnight move. And yeah, this next candle quickly wiped me out for a loss. With that though, I did quickly re-enter with a short, which again wasn't a setup but more playing off the idea I had. Selling also has been pretty aggressive since this morning's open, so I just had to take a stab short here. I didn't have to wait long though, as price did just drop with these next 2 candles, where it did end up hitting my target fairly easily for a fat profit. I probably could have held a bit longer for that $100 or so to hit my max profit target of 1500, because yeah, price did end up ripping even lower. But since I was already close to my max profit target, I just stopped trading here to bring home a fat green day to close out this week. Okay, yeah, that wraps up this crazy week from me, where after blowing through 2 evals, I finally was able to catch a bit of a green one on the 3rd attempt here, which I am sitting up around 1700, so about $1,300 away from passing. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that next week, but if I do end up just blowing this eval, I might try to get my funded back another way, because currently MyFundedFutures is doing a little promo for resetting those core sim funded accounts. It does cost about $200, but that's basically what I spent this week on evals, so I might do that because this limited deal does end around September 17th too, and I don't know, spending all this money is a little excessive since I haven't gotten a payout yet, but you know how I moved a couple of weeks ago? Well, let's just say the money I saved from the cheaper rent now goes to these evals, so that's the main reason why I'm spending so much more on evals now, which low-key, I should just save my money, but I really want to pay out by the end of the year, so I don't know if I'll get that, but maybe. Okay, yeah, that's it for this week's recap, and if you're still here, well, here's the secret message for this week. Currently, we're approaching 10k subs, which was the goal I set for myself before I opened up a Discord server, and I know I've been talking about it, but let's just say I've been procrastinating and I haven't worked on it at all. However, this week I'm planning on grinding that workout, so hopefully I'll have it ready in a week or two, because I don't think it's gonna take that much work, right? Well, I guess I'll find out though, so see you next week.